Howdy folks, it's Alter here and welcome back to Microsoft Flight Simulator. Today we're going to conclude the Haiti and Dominican Republic bush trip. Sixth and final leg today. It's a long one. I assume you've been watching the previous video so you know what's going on, so let's just keep going. And yet again, on the runway, but cold and dark, which is fine. Look at that windsock. We are using live weather. We have been using live weather for this entire bush trip. It has made some very scary moments, but we've made it so far, so hopefully this final leg will be fine without having to tame the weather a little bit. Runway 26, we land on 27. I mean, the weather may have changed, I don't know. We don't get ATC or ATIS, so we just have to click on the airport, which I'll show you in a minute. Just looking around. The scenery was better before. It's okay-ish now, but it was a lot better way over there. So we'll see how this final leg goes. Let me see here. Before we even get started, let's check out the weather. I'm just really curious what we're dealing with here. 13 degrees. It's been this way. I've been doing this trip over several different days, and it's been the same weather for like the week in real life. Yeah, 27 would have been better runway, but that's okay. That's fine. I'm not going to worry about it right now. Alright, let's get this thing started here. Turn that on. Again, I'm using my switch panel and multi-panel, so you just hear the clicking. Strobe will come on because we're going to fire this thing up. Turn the fuel on. Did that turn on? I couldn't tell. Mixture forward. And a little bit of throttle. And let's see if it starts. It does. Okay, so I did turn the fuel on. Good. We will play with radios again if it comes up, if there's any reason to. Anyway, we're already on the runway. Let's turn avionics master on, even though I don't think we need to. Fuel pump will turn on for this. De-ice doesn't matter. Pitot heat will turn on. Landing lights are on now. Strobe, nav, and beacon. Panel lights don't do anything, and cowl flaps don't matter right now. So there we go. Boom. We're all ready to go. B on the barometer. There we go, and D for gyro drift. Okie dokie. Let's read about what we're doing and get this final leg going. Hoyo Claro National Monument. Take off from the International Airport and set a course to the west, 273 degrees, which is basically what we're looking at right now. And set a course, pass over Hoyo Claro Natural Monument, Monumento Natural Hoyo Claro, which, not Hoyo, Hoyo, which protects a cenote, a collapsed cave filled with water. My wife has swam in cenotes, but she said they're generally incredibly cold. Kind of like the opposite of a hot spring, I guess, which she's in hot springs too. So that's right away. So we're going to look for the monument right away if we can, see if we can spot it. Then after that, we're going to go on the Highway 3 to Autopista del Coral, or Coral, the Coral Highway, opened in 2012. The thoroughfare connects Santo Domingo region with Punta Cana. So we're going to look for this monument and then follow a highway for quite a long time. Once after that, we'll just keep going. And then we'll look for a river. Chavon River. Follow Coral Highway to the west and then to the south. Cross over the Chavon River, Rio Chavon, just north of the town of Casa de Campo. So we're going to look for a monument, follow a highway, look for a river, and then that's when we'll talk together again, is when we find that river. Otherwise, I think we're ready to take off. Oops, flaps down first. There we go, and now we're ready to take off. Let's see how this wind goes. The last takeoff was really scary because of the weather. Whoa. Okay. Full left rudder, and it's just not responding because the wind is so strong. Nope, that's full left. Okay. Let's just get off the ground. Oh boy. Look at this crosswind. Flaps coming up. Oh my word. Oh man. This is insane. I don't think this is real life VFR friendly, this weather we've been having, but it's fine for this. Holy crap on a cracker. That's making me nauseous. Alright, 273 degrees to the monument. That is only 2.5 minutes out. So let's get the timer going for that. And then we'll follow the highway for 11 minutes after we find this monument. And then we'll get some sightseeing in here. Once we're under control, as I've been saying in the other legs of this trip, Without autopilot, it's very difficult to set up sightseeing shots because the airplane goes wherever it wants to, and then I can fly it from the outside with the drone, but it gets scary sometimes. Easy to stress the aircraft. You know, there's the town. Previous video we looked at all the resorts along the water. So let's see. Let's stay 270 though. We're at like 290. Let's stay at 270. Look for this monument, which is just off the airport. So I don't know. I doubt it's that in the middle of the road. What are we at? There's 260. And then 280. 270. There we go. Jeez. So let's just, I don't know, look for a monument. This is probably the highway also, right? What are we on for? 275 for the highway. Okay, so this is going to be our highway as well. Let's see, can I use this just for a second without the plane crashing? Look for a monument somewhere. The plane's going to totally stall without me interfering. No, it's coming back down. Okay, see, the plane's flying us off right now without autopilot. Not going very well. I don't really see monument. Don't really know what we're looking for, to be honest. I don't really know. I guess it's not like a structure. Maybe it's that right there. Is that a cenote? I don't know. Okay, let's follow this highway now. Let's reset our timer for 11 minutes, 12 minutes or so. And then we'll get to this river. And that's when I'll talk to you again. If you don't know how this works, I'd be surprised because you're in the middle of a video, video of a bus trip. But I'm going to get some sightseeing. We're going to definitely see the major things we're supposed to look for, which in this case is a highway and a river. And then I give you some sightseeing of some other things. I condense it down for you so you do not have to watch it in real time. However, you don't miss anything either. It's just difficult when I have to hand fly a plane in these crazy conditions. So I'll do my best. You're just not going to get as much sightseeing as you would if I had autopilot. So there you go. Take the time to like the video, I guess. Subscribe so you can see when the other ones come out. Notifications. Let people know we're here. Blah, blah, blah. There's our highway. We're just going to follow it for a really long time, and I'll see you in a little bit. Well, we're about halfway to the river, and instead of supposed to take 10 minutes, it's already been 10 minutes, and we're only halfway because the wind is so strong. So I stopped the timer, so we're just going to follow the road, look for the river, and then once we get to the river, we'll read about the next thing we're doing, and we'll continue talking. But I just want to let you know why I stopped the timer, because it's not doing us any good. So anyway, there's a town there I can't pronounce, Igui or something. I looked it up on Google Maps because I was curious what that big black thing was in the middle. I think it's just a park. But anyway, Oh, there's a lone building of some sort. Anyway, I'm just gonna follow this road. It turns this way. So it turns this way, and then it turns back into, there's a town there, a town there, and a town there. You can tell there's going to be a river here. You can see how it's much more lush with the trees. So that's probably the river we're looking for. So when we get up there, we'll read about the rest of the trip. So there we go. Couple minutes for me and probably no minutes for you. And I'll see you at that river. And that's definitely the river right there. You can definitely see it coming through. So let's see what we're reading about next here. After the river, whoops, I went way too far. There's the river. Okay, now what? La Romana. Continue along the highway, which is right here now. Right? Because remember it turns, see? This is the highway. Then it curves again. So we're going to follow the highway till La Romana, which is here, obviously. Highway goes right there. Sugar cane cigars and major Caribbean resort destination. Alrighty, so we'll see more resorts. After that, San Pedro de Macorís. Continue paralleling the coastline, so we'll go over here to the coast for 10 minutes to the city of San Pedro de Macorís. The town was strongly influenced by influx of Cuban immigrants fleeing the Cuban War of Independence. So 10 minutes out from here, so it's probably up here somewhere. Like right there maybe. After that, Boca Chica. Follow the coastline westward from San Pedro de Macorís to Boca Chica. The city developed around sugar production. It became a resort destination. That's 10 more minutes out. So there's going to be probably there. So here, probably there, that's what I'm guessing. Oh, we're crossing over the highway right now. And there's the river right there. Boom. So let's actually go this way to stay closer to the shoreline. And then we go to Santo Domingo. Continue westward to Santo Domingo, the Dominican Republic's capital. With 4.5 million inhabitants, Santo Domingo is the most populous city in the Dominican Republic in the entire Caribbean region. The city was founded in the 1940s by Bartholomew Columbus. I wanted to name our first kid Bartholomew, and my wife was like, no. So she wanted to name him Thor. I was like, no. So we ended up with an awesome name that has nothing to do with Norway, but it was the most common name in Norway the year before. That's how we came up with it. Anyway, the highway goes here, but we're going to go here. Bartholomew, the brother of Christopher, initially named La Nueva Isabela. The settlement was eventually called Santo Domingo after Saint Dominic. Dominique de Guzman, the founder of the Dominican Order of the Roman Catholic Church. It is the oldest continuously inhabited city of the New World and proved vital to Spanish colonization of the Americas. Today, in addition to being the center of government power to the Dominican Republic, Santo Domingo is the nation's economic, cultural, and educational center. So La Romana, San Pedro de Marcos or something, Macorís, something like that. La Chica, Bonita, Boca Chica, whatever, and then Santo Domingo, where it curves out like that. Ooh, mountains. And then finally we land at the airport, east of Isabela River on the north side of Santo Domingo. El Higuero International. So there you go. Quite a ways left though. I mean, we're only not even halfway done with the lake, to be honest. But we read about it all. So what we're going to do, there's the river, and there's the road, is we're just going to fly from city to city to city to city. I'm going to try to set up sightseeing that's more creative than just out the window. Oh, people on a golf course. And I'll make sure you see it all. I may or may not talk in between, but for sure you'll run into me again when we're about to land in about 30 minutes my time, only a couple minutes for you. I did it down. Oh, that's an airport. Cool. There's the highway going along all the cities. Okie dokie. I'm gonna fly my best and let you see some stuff, and I'll see you north of Santo Domingo. Alright, I'm going to interrupt already. Because we have some NDBs to play with. So 400 for the first one. So let's put that in right now. See if it even picks it up this far away. Sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't. 400. And it does pick us up. Cool. So we're going to aim at that. And then when we get there, which was... Whoops, I'll show you what that was. I think that was, was it the Boca Chica place? I think that was the Boca Chica place. Yeah, that was the Boca Chica place. And then from there we'll tune in the next NDB, which will be 410. Hopefully I can remember that. And then after that, well, even before that, we can put in the VOR near the airport at 116.6. So let's come over here. Let's do 116.6. There we go. And what do we want to fly in at that one? Well, let's look at the airport. See what the weather's like. 15 knot winds there. Oh my word. 20 degrees. So take away the 0. It's a 2. What's closer to 2? 1 is way closer to 2. So we'll land at runway 1, which is the bottom one. So have a very strong, very slight crosswind. This will be our most difficult one yet. And let's set up the VOR. We don't have an official like flight plan thing. Where is it? Oh, there's 2 of them there. Which one did we tune in? 115.8. Really? One is probably like high airways. Let's do the smaller one. 115.8. It's probably like high airway, low airway thing. 115.8. I don't know which is which. We're just gonna go with that. Still picking it up. Okay, cool. And then it's kind of next to the airport, so that'd be 10 degrees, but we don't really want to get there at 10. We want to be offset. So let's say 36 degrees maybe. Let's get the runway orientation if we can. Let's say 36 degrees. Or 360, I mean, sorry. Which already is there. Okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to go to our NDB, which we're already off of. And then go to the next NDB, and then look at our VOR, and fly towards the VOR. And before we get there, we'll definitely have a visual of the runway, and that's how we'll get there, because we can. Fun stuff. I'm probably not going to show you when I switch this to 410. It's not a big deal. So there you go. Sightseeing the rest of the way, hopefully. Alright, we've been following the ADF or NDB using ADF right there. And looking at the map is actually after Boca Chica. It's right there. Right when we enter Santo Domingo area. And then we'll follow the next NDB like I said. And that'll actually bring us over Santo Domingo, the middle of it. And then we'll fly right over the middle of the city to get to our airport. So that's your plan. I did some homework. And it's getting really sensitive now, so that's cool. We'll be ready to change over in just a moment. And then if the VOR, which will get picked, the VOR will move long before we reach the next NDB, but just in case, we'll know when to turn because NDB will spin around. We should be turning slightly before that, so. Chugging along, it feels very slow out here over the water. But we've had some good views. Nice sun reflection. And now we're just being patient because we'll get some more turbulence here in a little bit. And then we'll try to land with crazy winds. And we'll see how easily and smoothly Santo Domingo renders in. Hopefully not too much jitters from the servers. But there we go. We're still dead perfectly on because I picked the spot. I'm looking at it. Even with this insane crosswind. Look at that crosswind. Slow going. Huh, I wonder what that is. Is it like a campground or something? Or a compound? I don't know. Maybe it's a nudist colony. You never know. So Boca Chica is here. And there's a big old airport there, but that's not where we're going. Santo Domingo, obviously, is this huge area slowly rendering in. And it looks like we might have some clouds. We might have to come down below the clouds. We're at 2660 right now. We'll have to see. I don't want to get too much lower though, not until we're ready to approach. And fuel, ooh. Fuel's looking scary. I might have to do a magical mid-air refuel. We'll have to see. Hopefully not. So the NDB is at the northern tip of the airport. Right there in the armpit of the peninsula. So we'll keep aiming for that, and then we'll change to the next NDB in a minute. Just got the save icon for Boca Chica. Did I say Bonita? It's Boca Chica, I think. Which is right there. Kind of like the far suburban, exurban area of Santo Domingo. Looking good. That's about the best view of the city we're going to get because we're pretty far away. Ooh, an island. You know how I feel about islands. I love islands because you can be by the water and there might not be big scary animals on it. Perfect. Be great to kayak out to that island, wouldn't it? Oh, that'd be amazing. Maybe someday. But we're flying a plane. This is not Kayak Simulator. So stick with our NDB. It'll spin around when we get over the airport. We'll just maintain everything, maintain our altitude, although we are climbing a little bit. We're climbing like, I don't know, 10, 20 feet per minute. I just bumped my trim, that's why I climbed. Whoops, did not mean to bump the trim. There we go. And NDB, still on it. Into the city. There we go. Alright. More of Santo Domingo is rendering in and more clouds are coming in too. So we might have to do some low pass over the city here, or else we'll be able to see what we're doing. We have the VOR and stuff, but that's not to land. That's just for fun because we don't have an instrument approach. Alright, picking up some turbulence as we get over land. Let's stop climbing. We're almost at 3,000 feet. I do not want to be at 3,000 feet, sorry. And the NDB should be getting more sensitive, and it is. And these winds are going to be noticed now. I mean, they were noticed in this view because of the crosswind, but we're going to notice them as we fly. Alright, stop climbing, please. Stop your climbing. Alrighty, checking our speed. Our speed is pretty high. Be careful there. And let's watch our NDB spin around because we're about to go over the airport. So we're not going to chase it. You know, I'm not going to fly to the right. I'm just going to stay where we are. We're just going to watch that NDB spin around. There it goes. Clickety-clackety, clickety-clack. And I got to go like this so I keep an eye on our RPMs as well, or our speed. Why does it want us to start descending so quickly? I'm not telling it to do that. And there goes the MDB, spinning around. Bam. There we go. As that spins around now, we'll come over here and do 410. And there we go. There's the next MDB. So let's head over that direction, which I think is on the shore of Santo Domingo. And then when that spins around, if we haven't had the VOR trigger by then, once that spins around, we need to turn to what heading? Need to turn to 354 if the VOR doesn't do its thing for us. In fact, 354 versus 36. Let's bring this to 354 also. There's 354. Just to be safe. Right, 354, coming in at 354, yeah. That'll give us a little bit more room for air. Okay, let's follow this needle now, and then I'll see you when we get closer again to our turn. Yep. Yep, I'm getting tired, can you tell? I do these way too late at night, but I don't have any other time to do them, so bear with me. We're almost done anyway. Alright, still tracking the NDB, and we had a skyline pop in here. So that's pretty cool. Where are we at altitude-wise? Ooh, 1500. We do not want to be any lower than 1500 until we are on final approach. But, oh, more skyline just popped in, rendered in right there. Boom. Very cool. So, I assume the NDB is like right around that area, and then we'll turn to the airport, which is before the mountains. It's over there somewhere. Not sure exactly where, but that's what our instruments are for as well. And even more skyline just popped in. So, smooth so far. So whatever server issue, what's that red thing right there? Whatever server issues they had for a long time that would cause pretty much stalling when you enter a new area, it's smooth now. So they either fixed it or it's just coincidence or something, I don't know, but well, no, the NDB must actually be over here, because NDB's on land, obviously. And the first land is up here somewhere, so it'd be interesting to see where it is. I'm very curious. Checking out the parks and the highway. So beautiful. Sprawling cityscape. Here we go. Should be ready to turn any minute now that NBD's getting really sensitive. I think the airport is right here. I'm pretty sure that's the airport, but won't know for sure until the VOR tells us to head that way. Just giving you little updates every minute or two here as things render in and become more clear, and the clouds over the mountains, hopefully they stay there and don't update and get us when we're trying to land. I can't remember which leg it was, but we had a cloudy landing on one of the legs. 1,300 feet, so let's climb a little bit. That's getting too low to see where we're going. It's beautiful for the scenery, but you can't find the airport that way. Look at how the road goes through with trees, buildings around it. How beautiful is that? Oh my goodness, oh look at that monument thing, whatever that is. That too. Bunch of cool stuff out there. Alright, NDB is getting really sensitive. And the VOR should tell us to turn any second now. Any second. Oh, we're barely going to have enough fuel to make it too. But we'll make it. We'll be fine. Hopefully we're fine. If the NDB spins around before the VOR, then we'll just adjust the VOR card to line us up wherever we're at. That's the plan. Because you definitely don't want to overshoot the NDB. That would make it difficult. Well, we're right over the skyline, literally, aren't we? I think we were. Yeah, look at that. Whoops. Airplane. Whoops, airplane. No, no, no. Give me control. Problem with using the drone. Alright, the VOR is moving. And the NDB is about to spin around. So we're going to have it both happen at the same time. Perfect. So what we need to do... See that we're turning over the NDB. That's why it's not turning. We need to turn to whatever that is. 33, 45, 34, 340 I think it was. Oops, let's wait a little bit more here until the NDB or VOR lines up. There we go, 1800 feet, that's better. There we go. Airport in sight yet? I think that's it there. Maybe. Oof. Turbulence is really making us go nuts here. Oh, I think I saw a beacon just under the whiskey compass. Maybe not. Maybe not. Let's go back out a little bit so we can line up the VOR a little bit faster. I don't know if that's airport or not. VOR is lining up now, so let's turn to 300 and... What was it again? 30, 40, 55, 355 or so. There's 355. So this will fly us right to the VOR. So is that the airport? What does the reference image look like? Maybe. Maybe that's it. If so, we want to approach them over here, obviously. Yeah, the VORs are alongside the runway. So, yeah... Is that the runway? I'm trying to track this VOR. Maybe. Which way is the wind blowing here? From the right, so it'll push us left. Yeah, so if we're tracking the VOR, it's really going to push us this way, so it's actually over here. So that has to be the airport. Alrighty, let's assume that is. So we're done with the VOR. We're going to break off now. Bring back throttles a little bit. And enjoy some of the city while we can. Beautiful. What's this going on here? That's cool looking. Oh, wow. Alright. I'm pretty sure that's it. This wind is ridiculous. So, what we get to do is have another crosswind landing. I think it's going to be slightly from the right, if I remember. I'm not sure again, but we'll feel it. We'll feel it as soon as we get there. Alright, let's start coming down. We're at 2,200 feet. It looks like it's so far away and so slow, but we're not really that slow. Look at that. That's some weird imagery down there. Mountains in the background. Oh my gosh. I have full right early on, and it was rolling me to the left. That's how windy it is. This is insanity. Oh my goodness. Can I get my airport back, please? I want to see what the weather is. 1530, yeah, okay. So slight crossing from the right, but strong. So we'll just have to take it as it comes. And if I crash, we have to take off or resume from the city, which isn't too far away. But it'd be nice if we didn't have to redo it all. I'm very glad that we were able to do this entire bush trip with live weather, as crazy as it was. As far as how I feel about the bush trip, it was okay. I put it in the middle of, you know, just average bush trip. There have been some very spectacular ones, and then there have been some terrible ones. This one's just in the middle. Just normal. That doesn't come from the right. It should come from the left. No, it should come from the right. Yeah, not much of a crosswind. We'll see how it feels on the ground. But anyway, so yeah, average-ish, whatever. If you have clear, plain weather, this would be one of the easier trips. Well, not super easy because you have to navigate manually. It doesn't have GPS and stuff. It doesn't have autopilot. Okay, so having a hand fly for 5 hours makes it a little more difficult. Having to navigate on your own makes it a little more difficult. So I would say it's an intermediate trip. If you clear up the weather. With live weather, this was definitely an advanced trip. But not the same type of advance as like the ones in the mountains where you can't even see the airport because it's grass. We've had some of those really advanced ones, but I'd say this is intermediate if we clear up the weather, just because it is exhausting to hand fly and stuff. But yeah, so if this had GPS and autopilot, then it'd be an easy beginner bush trip. Let's do some flaps. Let's do all the flaps. There's the float. There we go. Let's go over these trees. I know I'm really high, but that's because there's some really tall trees right underneath us. Boom. So let's get over those. I think we've cleared them. I think. Yep. Barely, but we've cleared them. So now we can come down. So, right wing down, left rudder to compensate, right main touches, then left, then nose. Firm touchdown because of the crosswind. You don't want to skid or roll over. So we're just going to come on down. Very long runway. We'll ride it out. And the wind is very cooperative right now. Let's tease the stall horn, see how fast we can stop. Come on. Oh boy. Did not mean to do that. We haven't done that ever in this plane. First time for everything. Just happened to be the last landing. But that's okay. We landed in like 100 feet. In crazy wind. So there you go. Looks smooth, but again, I was working my butt off for that landing. So I'll take it, even though it was kind of too firm. So there you go. Bush trip complete. We have one left for the Caribbean update, so make sure you're subscribed and notifications turned on so you know when that bush trip goes live. I believe it's Cuba. And turn on, hit the like button so people know we exist, and I'll see you next time.